What are some of the habits that contributes to keeping you poor? Is it anything to do with when you wake up or when you go to sleep or your morning routine and schedule, or are they totally far removed from these things? We're going to be looking at 5 habits that helps to keep people poor. Let's explore if any of these habits are ones that you possess and also how to eliminate them from your lifestyle. Welcome back to Ira Living. Today we're going to be exploring 5 habits that helps to keep people poor. It might surprise you to hear that it has nothing to do with when you go to sleep or when you actually wake up, because different people have different circadian rhythm and therefore different points in the day when they're at their maximum performance. It also has nothing to do with your morning routines or schedule, although having a routine can help to simplify and put your day in order and get through it a lot quicker. In fact, it actually has to do with these 5 things. And number 1 is blaming. Many people who embark on blaming either blame other people, blame things, or blame themselves. None of these allows people to actually be introspective, to examine to see what the problems are, and then finding methods and means of how to solve those issues. Instead, what it showcases is a lack of accountability and a lack of responsibility. Now, in order to overcome this blaming, what we need to do is to examine issues that happens and then try to see if we can recognize what were the factors that led to those things happening and what are some of the ways in which we can circumvent it, work through it, or overcome it altogether. And in so doing, we will be able to minimize the level of blaming of others, become more responsible, more accountable for our decision, for our choice, and the part we play in any activity that we undertake, and then finding means and mechanisms as to how to solve those issues and make it better for the next time around. Number 2 is a lack of self-development. And this is where people are not investing in themselves and in their talents and their skills sufficiently in order to increase their value that they carry to any sphere and also the undertakings that they're doing. The best way to get around this problem is to explore the area of weakness or the areas for development and then see how those can be improved and developed, either by training, by work experience, shadowing, mentoring, coaching, or whatever means that is available and going to bring you the best outcome when you're actually looking at developing your skills in those areas. Number 3 is procrastination. And this is where people delay and find reasons to push off for tomorrow things that they could get done today. It is also where people try to wait for the most appropriate and perfect scenario in order to do whatever undertaking needs to be carried out. In so doing, they are actually misusing opportunities that present themselves in order for them to be able to progress. And opportunities missed is often opportunities that we will never regain. And therefore, those opportunities that are not maximized minimizes our chance of building wealth and growing our wealth portfolio. It is therefore imperative that when we see opportunities, we do take time to explore it so that we can make informed and wise decisions. Nevertheless, we need to face those opportunities to see how we can maximize them to our advantage. Number 4 is financial illiteracy. And this is where people do not have enough financial knowledge or information about how money works and how to best use money to their advantage, or how to negotiate, how to price point, and different areas where finances are concerned, and as such they're unable to make the necessary financial decisions that are going to advance them and help them to build their wealth portfolio. What is necessary here is to get relevant information concerning the area that you're exploring where finances are concerned, understanding how to negotiate if you're going into a negotiation, understanding the price point in the market, demand, supply, and these relevant areas of how to make money, make more money, and utilizing those points to your advantage is essential in helping you to break the bars of poverty over your existence and able to escape it. Number 5 is a lack of scalability and poor marketing. Now, on a lack of scalability, when many people are trying to escape poverty and they're trying to set up or establish a business to do so, what they do is they look at their skills, their strengths, and they make it about the things that they can supply as a service to others, which oftentimes is going to be time bound, and therefore they aren't necessarily able to multiply themselves, so therefore they're unable to scale their business. And so long as it meets their essential needs, they are not too bothered about looking at where the business venture is going to be going into the future. And as such, this restricts them from being able to build the amount of wealth that they could do if they had ventured into a business or a company that they could actually scale. On the other hand of it, it's also the poor marketing. Many people in this scenario doesn't really market their service. Instead, what they rely on is word of mouth. And as such, they minimize the amount of reach that they could have if they were marketing the service that they provided and building a platform in which they can make more people aware of what they offer so that more people can be interested in increasing their demand. Because even if they cannot meet as much supply, the fact that they have a high level of demand means that they could also increase their price point and as such make it more viable for them to build out a better wealth portfolio than they would do in the situation where they are not marketing. The things that are keeping you in a state of poverty are things that are easily changed. And what we have just highlighted is some of the issues that are 5 of them and ways in which we can transform those. It is up to you to make the active decision whether or not this is something you want to work on if you are keen to build a bigger or greater wealth portfolio for yourself and get out of that line that you're on, that is a thin line between you being poor and being wealthy. Remember, financial literacy is revolutionary. It has transformed my life and I believe it could do the same to yours.